Over 70% of all United States cargo is transported via trucks. It's estimated that these trucks also carry 94% of all dangerous goods and materials. And let's not forget that the average commercial truck burns through over 20,000 gallons of gas every year. That's a lot of trucking and a lot of jobs. And these days, trucks are getting bigger, carrying larger loads, and capable of forging ahead through the most unimaginable conditions. You don't believe us? Check us out. 15 world's largest trucks you must see. Australian road train. All right, for our first foray into this incredible automotive world, what better way to begin than by starting our engines in one of the most rugged landscapes on the planet, the Australian outback. Now, there's no doubting that Down Under is the perfect place for some of the biggest vehicles in the world, and all across the Australian outback, where the roads are notoriously straight and empty, remote towns and mines are supplied by extraordinary long trucks that are so huge that locals have dubbed them road trains. These vehicles are the longest road-legal trucks in the world, consisting of powerfully primed movers pulling multiple bulk carrier trailers, with the longest trains being 173 feet in length and over 120 tons in weight. That's big. While the drivers of these vehicles certainly have to contend with operating these massive machines, they also have to deal with the oppressive dangers of the Australian outback. While it's a beautiful place, this landscape can quickly turn deadly, and drivers require essential survival skills on the off chance that their vehicles break down. Over the past few decades, some drivers that have been stranded in the outback have ended up being stuck by their vehicles for weeks, even months in a rare few cases. Being an Australian road train driver is one of the most dangerous jobs on the planet. Fasten your seatbelts, because it's time for today's sweet topic. Trucks in the United States date as far back as the 1890s, and their popularity exploded. In 1904, there were 700 trucks in the United States, and by 1910, only 6 years later, approximately 10,000 trucks were carrying primarily small deliveries in mostly large metropolitan areas. Now, semi and flatbed trucks are as much a part of traveling on roadways these days as stoplights and pavement. Large trucks used to haul freight are a part of life throughout every corner of the world. But have you ever seen a truck this long pulling a massive load of milled trees? It appears to have a dozen flatbeds all connected to the driver's cab, and it operates more like a train than a truck. Imagine trying to take a corner with these things following behind you. Let's hope this driver's only way forward is a straight line, and not any left or rights, or up a hill. Or what about a flat tire? Or many of them? Imagine how that might unfold. What do you think? Leave your comments and your ideas below and use the hashtag #SweetTopic. BELAZ 75710. All right, for our next entry, let's turn our attention toward this unbelievably colossal machine. Feast your eyes on the BELAZ 75710, a state-of-the-art mining transport truck that can carry up to 450 metric tons at a top speed of up to 25 miles per hour when fully loaded. Equipped with two 65-liter 16-cylinder engines, the machinery of this massive mining truck is capable of producing up to 2,300 horsepower each. To put that into perspective, in terms of horsepower alone, the most powerful production vehicle on the market is the Koenigsegg Regera, a racer that can produce a staggering 1,479 horsepower. This thing almost quadruples that over two epic engines. Many people have described the BELAZ 75710 as the ultimate dumpster truck, and that's the truth, really, because when it comes to mining the world for precious natural resources, it requires the most efficient machine that money can buy. Created by BELAZ, a company hailing from the former Soviet Union of Belarus, this staggering vehicle is as long as two double-decker buses parked end to end, and it's 6 times more powerful as the most efficient Formula One racing car. Also, if those comparisons didn't already blow you away, the BELAZ 75710 weighs more than a fully loaded Airbus A380 passenger plane. That's pretty darn impressive, right? Caterpillar 798 AC. In the world of monster machinery, the Californian company Caterpillar are undoubtedly the kings of creating the biggest and baddest vehicles on the planet. Since they were founded back in 1925, they forged their legendary name by producing some of the most important industrial vehicles on the planet, ranging from tractors and combine harvesters to some of the most cutting-edge mining and extraction technology ever seen. In this day and age, while Caterpillar are still a leading name, their biggest and baddest machines are their colossal dumpster trucks, vehicles so large that you could comfortably live inside its cab. The largest vehicle in this range of monster haulers is the Caterpillar 798 AC, an electric truck that's designed to haul some of the largest ore deposits on Earth with more speed, more stability, and more reliability than other electric drive trucks on the market. As you may have guessed, while most of the entries on this list guzzle gas like it's going out of fashion, the Caterpillar 798 AC is the company's latest attempt at shifting their workforce toward a greener and more sustainable mode of transportation. This astonishing vehicle is delivering 410 tons of payload and has quickly proven itself as one of the most important mining vehicles currently available. The BIGFOOT 5. Okay, while most of this list is reserved for some of the most insane construction vehicles imaginable, we also have to pay our dues to one of the United States' most beloved motor-headed pastimes, monster truck racing. While there have been some pretty insane vehicles that have emerged from the nation's favorite gas-guzzling hobby, did you know that the largest monster truck in the world is a vehicle known as BIGFOOT 5? Built back in 1986, this thing is 15 feet high, a Ford pickup truck that's custom engineered and specially adapted to accommodate enormous 10-foot tires. As a household name in the world of monster truck racing, the BIGFOOT brand was created by Bob Chandler, who converted his first Ford 4x4 pickup into a monster truck way back in the 70s and started a craze by filming himself driving over and crushing scrap cars as a stunt. However, due to its unnatural height, the BIGFOOT 5 has never actually featured in an official monster truck tournament, as it doesn't meet the specific requirements to compete. It's just more of a showpiece. The BURLAK. As you may imagine, the world's largest trucks are primarily built for military purposes, and our next entry, the BURLAK, is a truly ingenious feat of engineering. This six-wheeler Russian military vehicle is entirely amphibious, and it features a series of huge propellers which allow the truck to navigate itself on rivers, lakes, and even frozen oceanic waters. It was built with the sole purpose of carrying Russian researchers to the North Pole, and so was custom engineered with fully functioning amenities that allow up to 10 people to live on board for an extended period of time. In order to accommodate its mission, the BURLAK was originally repurposed from a military fighting machine before it found its new life as a research vehicle. Initially, it was a BTR-60 armored fighting vehicle intended to feature on the front lines of Russia's military force. But today it lives a peaceful life with a purely scientific purpose. The BURLAK, which means hauler in Russian, is an all-terrain monster with wheels as tall as a fully grown man. Its maximum load capacity is up to 3 tons and is fully complete with a kitchen, shower, and research laboratory amenities. Pretty amazing. Liebherr T284. In the world of lifting incredibly heavy payloads, the German company Liebherr have carved their own place in the market by producing some of the most colossal mining trucks on the market. The latest venture into this monolithic world is the Liebherr T284, one of the most advanced mining trucks on the market that continues to break record after record when compared to most of its competitors. Produced and manufactured by Liebherr's Canadian division, the T284 is both the lightest with the lowest empty vehicle weight and the most capable ultra-class mining truck on the market, able to lift one of the largest payload classes conceivable at a staggering 363 tons. That's pretty darn hefty, and considering that the vehicle itself weighs in at an eye-watering 600 tons, you can imagine what kind of machinery it takes to power this titan of a mining truck. Capable of delivering over 4,000 horsepower alone, the T284 utilizes an optimized engine power usage by running a system of auxiliary components such as pumps, fans, and motors only when needed, meaning that whenever it needs the supercharged levels of power required to haul some of the biggest payloads on the planet, every inch of this machine is running at its optimum efficiency. Komatsu 980 E4. As the largest vehicle ever made by Komatsu, a leading Japanese manufacturer that specializes in mining and construction vehicles, it's safe to say that this next entry can stand amongst the biggest and best trucks on the market. as its flagship machine. The 980E4 is 45 feet high, just over 32 feet wide, and features a mammoth payload capacity of 400 short tons. If that's not enough, it also is commercially available as an autonomous self-driving truck, fully kitted out with some of the most cutting-edge technology available in the 21st century, allowing it to be operated entirely without human risk. With an incredibly powerful SSDA-18 V170 engine, an exclusive General Electric drive, and one of the most efficient hydraulic systems that money can buy, the Komatsu 980E4 is a world leader in what is known as the ultra-class mining truck market. For the non-mining truck enthusiasts amongst us, that essentially means it's amongst the biggest, the baddest, and strongest vehicles ever constructed by man. Yeah, it's a pretty big deal. AVTOROS SHAMAN. Sure, while we've held our attention on some of the largest monster mining trucks available on the market, we also need to pay heed to the more accessible kind of machines. Feast your eyes on the AVTOROS SHAMAN, an 8x8 monster truck that is surprisingly a pretty practical drive. That is, if you're planning on tackling some of the most intense and inhospitable environments on Earth, or maybe even preparing to survive some kind of zombie apocalypse, because this vehicle is potentially one of the most indestructible all-terrain vehicles ever. Developed by the Russian company AVTOROS, the SHAMAN is technically an 8-wheel drive SUV, capable of tackling all manners of off-road terrain, and it's even able to float through streams and rivers. Measuring in at a little over 20 feet in length and weighing an insane 10,500 pounds, this vehicle packs a 3-liter 4-cylinder turbo diesel engine and is capable of packing a cool 176 brake horsepower with relative ease. Despite its rugged design, it reaches a top speed of 50 miles per hour, meaning that you'll never run the risk of accidentally speeding off the track when you're driving 45 degrees up the side of a mountain. Astonishingly, despite the sheer amount of power and capability that this machine packs, you can buy one for just $120,000. Given the pedigree of some of the machines on this list, that's pretty darn cheap. Mercedes ZETROS. If you thought the AVTOROS SHAMAN was a pretty cool ride, then this next robust off-road truck will be sure to blow your socks off. Feast your eyes on the Mercedes ZETROS, an incredible specialist vehicle pioneered by the German automotive giant in order to tackle the ever-growing market of ridiculously over-the-top off-road vehicles. As it seems, there's a pretty high demand for vehicles that could likely survive some kind of apocalypse, and the Mercedes ZETROS is certainly at the top of that pile. The thing is, this monster machine goes one further than the rest, because technically this MERCEDES-BENZ is a fully equipped RV, capable of safely harboring an entire family in relative luxury. Forged on a triple-axle frame, this colossal truck weighs anywhere between 25 and 27 tons and is capable of safely carrying a payload of just under 16 tons. Powered by a 7.2-liter 6-cylinder engine, this lumbering beast can only put down a humble 326 horsepower, meaning that top-end speeds aren't exactly on the menu for this machine. However, the raw power under the hood means that the Mercedes ZETROS can shift staggering amounts of weight over the most testing of terrain. So if you ever need to move the family to the remote Alaskan wilderness, the ZETROS is probably your best bet. INKAS HURON. Ever dreamt of owning your own military-styled armored personal carrier? Well, whether you need it to cart around your Little League team or perhaps even recruit your own private army, the INKAS HURON is certainly one of the most robust and capable human-carrying trucks on the market. Feast your eyes on this truly impressive machine, a tactical attack and defense vehicle which is able to protect its passengers in high-threat environments within any climate condition. Deserts, Arctic tundras, war-torn urban sprawls, whatever test you can think of, the INKAS HURON can almost certainly handle it. Obviously, there's a small caveat to this monster machine. This thing isn't exactly available to civilians. Designed and equipped to operate in police and military tactical missions, convoy protection and border control campaigns all over the world, the Huron has been championed by police forces, SWAT, and other security agencies across Latin America, Africa, and ever-growing markets across the planet. Incredibly, the passenger compartment of the vehicle is equipped with nigh impenetrable levels of armor, designed to provide protection against all kinds of high-caliber ammunition, explosives, and ballistic missiles. Caterpillar 79F. This monster haul truck is 24 feet tall and 50 feet long, making it the world's second largest dump truck ever built. Sure, while we've featured some Caterpillar-class record breakers already on this list, someone has to take second place, right? Don't let that fool you though, because the 79F is truly a remarkable machine. As you may imagine, these monolithic vehicles are custom built to carry huge loads of ore over long distances in some of the most inhospitable environments on planet Earth. If you thought that your ride had some impressive rims, just take a look at the Caterpillar 797F's 6 massive wheels, 2 in the front and 4 in the back, that take heavy-duty tires which weigh about 11,600 pounds each. The heavy plant company Caterpillar first introduced the 797F to the public at the Mine Expo International in September of 2008, an annual convention held by the National Mining Association that's essentially the Super Bowl of the mining world. And well, ever since it was announced, there have been few machines that have trumped the colossal power of this payload-lifting beast. TEREX MT6300 AC. While we've seen some truly incredible mining dump trucks, this next entry is a contender for our biggest and baddest yet. Produced by engineering giants BURLAK, the MT6300 AC can often be found in the oil fields of Texas, Alberta, and other North American hotspots, where this behemoth of an excavator can shift a staggering 400 tons in a single payload. Classed as an ultra-class mining dump truck, the TEREX MT has a gross operating weight of 660 tons, and it boasts some pretty eye-opening proportions. Its body measures in at over 25 feet in height and just over 45 feet in length. Yeah, that's pretty darn big. Fully equipped with a 4-stroke diesel engine with 20 cylinders powering an AC electric alternator, the TEREX MT is capable of churning out 3,750 horsepower with relative ease and boasts a top speed of just under 40 miles per hour. Given the size of this thing, yeah, that's a pretty incredible feat. Mercedes-Benz G63 AMG 6x6. Okay, for our next entry, we'll turn our attention toward one of the most surprising monster-sized machines in automotive history. And of course, what better household name to claim that title than that of Mercedes-Benz, one of the most luxurious car manufacturers on the market. Believe it or not, but this 6-wheel drive Mercedes is so huge that it was originally designed for the Austrian army. Yeah, that says quite a lot about who this vehicle is marketed toward. Despite its incredible size, this car has a top speed of over 100 miles per hour and comes with a compressor to allow the increase or reduction of tire pressure depending on the terrain. While we've seen some pretty impressive machines so far, when it comes to all-terrain vehicles, the G63 AMG can tackle pretty much any environment that you could throw at it and is considered to be without parallel in the off-road scene. If big and bad is what you're looking for, then look no further than this colossal crusader. The Marauder. With a name like the Marauder, you can bet your bottom dollar that this monster machine never asks permission when it's hurtling across some of the most insane and inhospitable environments on planet Earth. Because, well, this thing is technically a tank. Seriously, we're not kidding. The Marauder is fully capable of driving through a concrete wall if need be, and it can withstand some of the most intense punishment imaginable. As you may imagine, of course, the Marauder is a military vehicle, but even compared to some of its fully equipped counterparts, this incredible machine stands out from the rest. While it may look predatory, this machine's primary function is to protect its occupants, and it's become the vehicle of choice for military reconnaissance and peacekeeping missions, offering pretty much anything and everything needed to complete its mission while keeping itself and its precious cargo protected from all dangers. Russian Mad Max truck. And for our final entry into this crazy machine world, what better way to end than with a life-sized replica of everyone's favorite gas-guzzling monster trucks, the haphazard vehicles made famous by George Miller's iconic post-apocalyptic action thriller, Mad Max. Feast your eyes on this truly terrifying machine, a custom-built Mac R600 cool power augmented to resemble the snarling, metal-forced machinery seen in the movie. Incredibly, the truck was spotted by a keen-eyed tourist in Belarus, where the truck was seen hurtling down the highway alongside regular motorists. Imagine looking out of your rearview mirror and seeing this thing behind you. Allegedly, the custom-built truck was built by members of the Night Wolves. Russia's most famous motorcycle club, who seemingly have a pretty talented eye when it comes to engineering a nigh identical movie machinery. Pretty amazing. And there we have it, 15 of the world's largest trucks you must see. What you guys think? Make sure to let us know your thoughts down below.